Good morning, Guardians. Ebontis here, and wanted to cover Xur with you guys for September 9th. He is located in the North Tower, and he is by the big door across from the Speakers Catwalk. So let's jump into his inventory and see what he's got. First exotic we have this morning is an Insurmountable Skullfort for the Titans. This is a helmet, and the exotic perk is Improved Transfusion. Kills with Stormfist immediately trigger health regeneration, respawn with full melee energy, and gain a second melee charge. Sounds like it's got some decent stuff going on. Kills with Stormfist immediately trigger health generation. That's great. Typically in PvP, if you're getting a Stormfist kill, you're either trading or you're in close proximity, so you're probably going to need the health anyway. Respawn with full melee energy, that is nice, but you're probably not always getting into melee range in PvP. And gain a second melee charge. Now this one, again, if you're punching a whole bunch of people, you might just be trying to do it for fun, but typically that's not a really viable solution in PvP. In PvE, this would be really helpful for something like Melting Point. Unfortunately, it doesn't pair with the Stormfist health triggering, but at least with Melting Point, if you're trying to get a boss down quickly, you can get 2 Melting Points on that boss. So, could be helpful for that, but it's not really the best exotic in the world, so this one is passable for sure. If you don't have it already, it's more collector's sake, because I don't see it used very frequently. Stats we've got are Discipline and Strength. Hands-on, gain bonus super energy from melee kills on minions of the darkness. At least that one fits with the exotic. We also got heavy lifting for super energy from heavy weapon kills, and then invigoration for gain bonus melee energy on orb pickups. It's got all the right perks to go with it. I mean, you would want strength, you would want hands-on, and invigoration. Those are all pretty good. But in general, just improved transfusion. The exotic perk is not that great. You're not going to get a whole lot of use out of melee kills just because that's very close range, unless you just have a time where you need melee kills specifically for something like Challenge of the Elders, which is about to start going away, or I can't even think of another reason. So not that many uses, just probably not the greatest exotic. Second exotic we have this morning is the ATS-8 Arachnid. This is a helmet for the hunters. The exotic perk here is Arachnid Sensorium. Your golden gun zooms in for accuracy when aimed and can be kept ready for longer. Now this one is probably a personal preference between people. I actually use this one if I'm running golden gun in PvP. Certain maps will give you a chance to get a lot of kills quickly. Other maps, on the other hand, you're going to have to run around for a little while to find people. This helm actually gives you a chance to do that, because if you activate your golden gun normally, you have to use it fairly quickly or the bar runs out and you just don't get a chance to. This one, you can cover a decent amount of, say, something obscure like Pantheon, for example, and still get a chance to use it when you, say, turn a long corner or get around a corner and still have this thing ready. So it has its benefits. It's not going to give you the fourth shot like another exotic, but this one, having it ready for longer, has a really nice benefit to it. Stats we've got are increased intellect and increased discipline. Ashes to asset for gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. This is great for PvP. Pairs actually pretty well with the exotic. Second thoughts, gain bonus super energy from special weapon kills. I'd definitely take the grenades over that one. And invigoration, gain bonus melee energy on orb pickups. That's pretty standard. All in all, this one's got a pretty good stat roll on it, but it's not quite tier 12. But I would say if you don't have this one for your golden gun and you want to have a little more time to just, take cleaner shots, not be rushed in doing so, this is a good helm for you and golden guns. Going into Rise of Iron, this one actually could have some nice benefits just so you can have a little more time to aim those important shots. Third exotic we have this morning is Apotheosis Veil for the Warlock. This one is a helmet, and the exotic perk is called Private Reserves. Immediately regenerate health, melee, and grenade energy upon activating your super. Sounds kind of cool, but actually in practice this is really not that helpful because you have to wait for your super, which you only get every 5 minutes or so. And depending on your Warlock class, you may not even want to pop your super, and all you get is melee and grenade energy, which you're probably going to recharge 3 or 4 times the time it takes to get a super, and then you get your health back, which can be helpful in a, life or death situation. But waiting for your super just to try and regenerate health versus all the other exotics you could use instead, it's really not that great. So you give up too much by not using other exotics to use this one just to get a quick recharge of things. We do have intellect and discipline this morning. Not tier 12 stats though, so don't get your hopes up there. Inverse Shadow, increase super energy. This is always at least a good one for PvE. And second thoughts, gain bonus super energy for special weapon kills. Finally, we've got Innervation, bonus grenade energy on orb pickups. Those are fine. But again, Private Reserves, just not the greatest perk in the world. You're not going to get that much benefit out of it, and when you have to wait for your super just to get those other things back, it's really, you're giving up too much just to get anything else. So again, mostly just collector's sake on this one. Finally, we come to the weapon, Bad Juju. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know this one is an extremely important one to get. Too many times have you needed to build up your super, have your super quicker. It's just a pretty viable pulse rifle on top of that. The main perk for Bad Juju is String of Curses, and this is where it actually shines. After each kill, the weapon will reload instantly and increase damage for a short time. So you get a boost to damage, you get your clip filled instantly after you sit there and just, pump damage into thrall after thrall after thrall. You can keep killing them because you'll have a full magazine, you'll have even more damage, and the nice bonus is every kill will help charge your super. So if you pair this with something like Inverse Shadow and a tier 5 stat bonus, you're going to charge up your super very quickly. It's very important for certain things, especially Challenge of Elders when super bonus is going on. If you need to charge up your super frequently for something like the Saber Strike, I've used this and it saved my butt. So there's certain times where this is very helpful. Not always, but honestly, being as it has Send It or Perfect Balance, Send It extremely helpful for that boost in range, Perfect Balance if you just want those shots to be really, really precise. Then it's also got hip fire. If you are running around a little panicky, you can turn and get a shot on somebody and you're still going to get a couple bullets on them, which is nice. It's also got soft ballistics and smart drift control. I wouldn't do either of those. I'd leave it on smooth ballistics. But the thing is also full auto. You can just sit there and hold down the trigger. And again, with perfect balance on stability, and then you've got String of Curses giving you all your energy and damage and not running out of bullets, you can sit there and pump damage into just tons of enemies and use this thing really efficiently, have your super up, and just keep going and going. So if you don't have this gun, make sure you buy it before Rise of Iron. Having your super up frequently in that will probably be helpful. I've said it before, I've said it again, bring Bad Juju with you when super is important for Prison of Elders or Challenge of Elders, and it's going to be no different. There's probably just going to be more uses for this with Archon's Forge, the new raid, things like that. It's just a really solid overall gun. It's probably not top tier in PvP, but honestly, if you use it in PvP, I've seen worse guns to be used, so you're not missing out on much by using this, so I definitely picked this one up. Legacy Engram this week is the Gauntlet Engram. 29 strange coins for a year 1 item. We're about to get into year 3. Just skip this one, guys. If it's not coming to year 3, it's probably not worth worrying about, so as always, just try and skip this one. We've got Glass Needles. These allow you to reroll the exotic stats and other perks that are not specific exotic perks on armor. So if you want to go for tier 12 rolls, if you want something besides, say, discipline and strength, for example, you want int discipline, this is how you do it. 3 of coins. Second to last time Xur is going to be here before Rise of Iron. Keep stocking up on these guys. Definitely going to be plenty of uses for these in Rise of Iron. Probably go through everything of these you have and then more, as we're going to have lots of stuff to kill. So keep stocking up on these. Definitely good to have. Heavy ammo. Always good for raid attempts, extremely important. Strikes and things like that. Having your heavy ammo synths are going to be very important. Great place to get them 1 strange coin for 3 heavy ammo synths. This is still one of the best places to do it. Finally, we've got the Stealth Drive. That's the red trail on your Sparrow, and then Emerald Coil, which will be the green trail on your Sparrow. And lastly, the Mote of Light exchange for terrible frequency of 2 strange coins to 1 Mote of Light. Definitely not worth it. You guys should not do this one. There's much better ways to get Motes of Light. That pretty much wraps it up for me, guys. Likes are always appreciated on these videos, so if you guys did enjoy it, let me know with one of those. It helps me out more than you guys probably know. Leave a comment below if you have a question. Happy to answer those if I can get back to those for you guys. And as always, just have fun. Rise of Iron's coming around the corner, so don't burn out trying to set everything up beforehand. It's not really that worth it, but if you want to keep going for it, go for it. It's up to you. And again, just thanks for the support. Everything's been great, and I will keep the content coming your way. Have a good weekend, and just have fun, guys.